Hi, I'm McCord for RumorFix.com, discussing episode 21 of season 5 of The Real Housewives of New York City, the lost footage, and the season wrap-up. And I will take viewer questions. First of all, let's talk about what is the lost footage episode. So, it is a compilation of all those scenes that the producers and the network really liked, but didn't necessarily move the story along, didn't keep it moving toward their story arc of the season, but they thought they were cute. It's also a chance to lock away viewer opinion of each housewife at the end of the season for 6 months, 9 months, whatever, until they come back. One of the things I noticed this season was that they changed the intro music for all the ladies, something that everyone had been begging for 3 years. Finally, they did it. But it reminded me how music can shape character on reality TV. It really sets the scene and gets you in the mood and forms an opinion of each lady. So I'm going to talk about music as I go through each housewife, because the number one question you all asked me is, who do I think's coming back next season? So we'll address them one by one. Sonia. Sonia's music was in a minor key this season. It was almost like the minor key of doom, and it kind of evoked the feeling that she's having issues with her divorce, with her money troubles, with their house. However, she's still upbeat, she's still sassy Sonia. In the lost footage episode, we saw her dating and making demands on the guy in a very cute and funny way. We saw her being the cute, doofusy, slip-on-a-banana peel lady that is fun. Now, if Sonia comes back next season, I have one piece of advice. Either have that toaster oven in the stores or never speak of it again. Moving on to Ramona. Ramona's music this season was very upbeat, Melanie Griffith, 9 to 5, working girl, which fits with the business side of her persona. I appreciated that. In the lost footage episode, we saw her doing a wine signing. We saw her malapropisms. That's classic Ramona. In this case, it was water off a duck's ass or back or ass back. I don't know. It was very funny, though. We saw her meddling in Sonia's business. Invited, but meddling nonetheless. Here's what I think. After a very rough season, I think Bravo want to keep Ramona, and I think therefore they wanted her to come out on an up note as well. Finally, after killing her all season long, she came out as a businesswoman who's smart and savvy and knows how to have a good time. Now, out of everybody, Ramona and Sonia together also kind of had their own music. The Ramona music was definitely Sex and the City-ish, and I think that it evokes their two girls having fun. In the lost footage, you saw them having fun in St. Bart's, packing for St. Bart's, and I will say that Sonia's advice to Ramona on what to pack for St. Bart's was spot on. Trust Sonia's advice when it comes to packing for the islands. Moving on to Carol. Carol's music was very cool, very hip, very rockabilly, definitely the coolest music of any housewife this season. And the scenes in the lost footage showed her to be downtown, getting her mail, to be a writer, talking on the phone with her agent. I think Bravo is probably begging her to come back. I'm trying to think of any time where Carol actually looked bad this season. That is so rare for network and producers to do. I think they want her back. I think that one thing I would tell Carol is she needs to be careful. She needs to invest some time in her relationships with the ladies. Don't worry about just pleasing the network. You've also got to please your cast members, because if you don't, they'll all turn against you and there will be a conspiracy. So Carol, watch your back. Moving on to Luann. Luann's music is almost country. So interesting. It's like they're tweaking that Countess image even in the music. She got crucified this episode. Wow. I mean, they burned the Countess at the stake. I almost felt badly for her. Number one scene is a business meeting where she's trying to develop a brand, except they show her going, like she has no idea what she wants to do, no vision for her brand, doesn't know whether she wants to do shoes or clothes or jewelry or what. Yikes. That did not make Luann look good. Next, we see her having lunch with her kids, and yes, all of us who have school-age kids are happy when we don't get bad emails home from school, yet this scene made her look heartless. I mean, as a viewer, I was thinking, wow, okay, in season 1, she didn't want to stick around for taco night, and now she's reaping what she sowed, because the look of disrespect on both her children's faces was palpable. It made me sad. Going on to the third scene, back at the reunion, Andy repeated something that Bethany and Ramona and Simon and I have all said 100 times, which is that Luann has many faces. She pretends to be what she isn't. She has this "I am the Countess" image that she tries to hit people over the head with, yet that's not really how she acts behind closed doors, which makes everyone want to bust her over and over and over again. So Luann's response was, "I am many women." Yes, she is. So maybe she needs to get rid of all of those women except the fun-loving party girl that she can be when she's Lulu. However, because she won't show that fun-loving party girl, the Countess is really all she's got going for her on the show, and she's going to continue to be lambasted over and over again. I think she's the weakest link here, I have to say, of the existing cast. And the last scene of her in this episode could be telling. She asked Ramona and Sonia to go for a walk with her in the park, and they both dumped her. Dun, dun, dun. Let's go to Aviva. Aviva drew the short end of the stick. She drew the stuffy, classical, pretentious music. I am uptight. I am a screaming harridan. Ay, ay, ay. One of the viewer questions I got was, who evolved the most this season? And it was Aviva. However, it took up until the very last second. Aviva, poor girl, she was a sitting duck. I think she was a rookie. She had no idea of the process. I think she assumed incorrectly that the producers would have her best interests at heart. No, they don't. I think that by the time she had seen every single episode this season, she was horrified. She didn't even get it at the beginning because, as the ladies rightly called out at the reunion, she was going after people in Twitter and on her blogs and trying to defend herself. And finally, after she saw the St. Bart's Nightmare, etc., I think she realized, wow, what did I do? What did I give them that allowed them to make me a screaming harridan? Now I've met Aviva, she's lovely, but she had a rough go. I think that they allowed her to end on an up note with her apology and owning of her behavior. That was good. I think that means that she's probably safe. But she's got to watch it now that she knows how it works. If she doesn't want to be a screaming harridan, don't give them that to work with. Moving on to Heather. I'm worried for Heather because she didn't have any definitive music that I could pick up, and she also didn't get her own scene in the lost footage episode. Now, those things don't necessarily mean anything by themselves, but I don't know. I like Heather a lot. I enjoyed her. I'm even wearing Yummy Tummy in support today. But, you know, being a nice person doesn't necessarily mean you're going to stay on this type of a cage fighting show. She has a brand, Yummy Tummy. She doesn't want to do anything that could hurt that brand. Therefore, that's going to make her cautious. Therefore, that may make her not go far enough to keep herself on the show. So she's got to decide what she wants. Let's see whether she gets that decision to make. Whether or not she comes back, I don't know. Moving on to more viewer questions. First of all, what is my favorite cocktail? Normally I drink wine or bubbly, but I do like one cocktail. It's the Saint-Germain, club soda, and champagne. Yummy. What did I think of the Luann Thomas debacle? Okay, normally what happens in St. Bart's stays in St. Bart's. It's like the Fort Knox of vacation bad behavior, but not when you bring reality cameras. I think she might have just forgotten they were there. Bad move on her part. The cover-up was worse. Mistake. Next question, why are people nice face-to-face and mean behind their backs? Well, first of all, that's not just reality TV, that's life. Secondly, in reality TV, you get a second chance. How many times have you had someone say something horrible to you and you're like a deer in the headlights? What? Did they just say that? I can't believe that just happened. And then 2 days later, you think, oh man, now I have the perfect comeback. I wish I'd said X. In reality TV, you get a chance to do that because you have the confessional interviews. So you can go away, process the event, come up with the absolute perfect one-liner comeback in your mind, and shoot it. Now, what that looks like is that you're talking behind someone's back, because guess what? You are. The other thing is, both in reality TV and real life, sometimes you think of something really mean and evil to say and just want to put it out there, but you're too afraid to say it. That happens to Housewives too. Someone else on Twitter tweeted me several times asking me to bring Lucifer back and send Lucifer away. I'm not really sure what that meant, but I will say that I maintain I have never and still don't channel the devil. Last question. All right, you asked, I'm going to answer. Do I miss being on the show? Okay, let's break it down. Do I miss being on the type of hate fest that the Housewives franchise has become? I mean, look at New Jersey, New York, what they've become. It's screaming, it's yelling, it's even coming out in the press that there is enormous meddling and editing and machinations and engineering behind the scenes with New Jersey. They came straight out and were accusing producers of shenanigans. Do I miss that? No. Do I miss the loss of control? No, and I'll explain what I mean. People have been tweeting me saying, wow, I'm seeing completely different Alex and Simon on VH1 Couples Therapy than I ever did on Real Housewives. Which is the real Alex and Simon? Guess what? In every case throughout 4 years of Housewives and 1 year of Couples Therapy, Simon and I have done our best to just be what we want to be. We're out there, we're honest, we're reacting to people honestly. Now, did we fall prey to setups and engineering in Housewives? Oh yeah, we did. But there wasn't any of that in Couples Therapy. Therefore, what you're seeing over here on VH1 is more accurate because the devil is in the details. It is all about the editing. We've tried for 5 years and it's just different types of shows. So do I miss that loss of control where you say X and you wind up seeing Y on TV? No, I don't miss that. Do I enjoy reporting on it? Having been through it, being able to sit on my couch and dissect it is fun. Now, I haven't decided whether I'm going to continue with this. I don't know whether I have the time with my business and everything else to continue reporting on Housewives, but please let me know in the comments whether you think that you'd like to see Atlanta or Beverly Hills, and I will make up my mind before they start airing. For now, I am Alex McCord for RumorFix.com. Let me know what you thought in those comments and have a fabulous week. Bye-bye.